So I quit my 9 to 5, started doing DoorDash full time, and then God blessed me with an overnight prayer line job. When I say God has did his big one, he has. And I just wanted to come on here today and share my behind the scene of working an overnight prayer line and just how these prayer calls has truly made me see the world and people in a different light. My name is Tiara Catrice if you are new here, and I am documenting my life in my 30s from everything with my job, just my faith, self care vlogs, and just what God is truly teaching me in this season along the way. And I want to take you with me. So, disclaimer, I do want to say y'all might hear some chirping in the background. That is my alarm. I have not changed my battery out. So, I know that I'm going to get the alarm police officers in my comment. It is going to get changed, but I didn't want that to stop me from recording a YouTube video. So, as you all know, I quit my 9 to 5 job in housekeeping and I ended up doing DoorDash full time, thinking that it was something that I could do, I'm like, okay, if I push it to the limit, I get up early, do this thing from morning to night, baby, I'm gonna make this money finna come in. Boy, was I wrong. I was simply drained to the bone. When I tell you I didn't have no energy, I just felt like every time I did DoorDash, I completely felt like I didn't accomplish anything. And I know it's a lot of people on here that has been successful with DoorDash, but I was not one of those people. And I would pray and I'm like, God, you know, I wouldn't say I regretted quitting housekeeping because I feel like everything happens in your life for a reason. And I felt like my season was up in that area. And then I just felt like it was a lot of unfair things going on there that I will not discuss in this video. So I just felt like God was like, exit. But I felt like in that season, I wanted to still make because I'm a go getter. I'm very I just can't sit at home not doing nothing. Like I have to, you know, make some kind of income. And the thing that I love so much about my faith is even when I got to that place where I felt like, God, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know how I'm going to pay my next bill. God always showed up and showed out on my behalf. And that's when he blessed me with the prayer overnight shift. And it came right at the right time. And the saying that I always keep dear to my heart is he might not come when you want him to, but he's always on time. And he was on time with this job. And when I tell you working the prayer line, I noticed that a lot of people don't talk about it, but working the prayer line, when I first got it, when I first, received the application and they told me they was going to hire me, I was like, okay, this is what I do. I love ministry. I love praying. And I'm just like, I got this. This is gonna be a piece of cake. This is gonna be easy. Not saying like, you know, prayer life is easy because it's very challenging, especially, when you pray and you gotta pray and you gotta stand on it in spite of everything that you see around you, in spite of your trials and tribulation, but you still have to stand on your prayer. You still have to stand on faith that God is gonna turn it around, even when it don't look like it. But that's another story. So this whole time, I'm just like, this is about to be, this is up my alley. Like, this is what I do. I like to stand, I love standing in agreement. I love praying for people. I love encouraging people. But boy, was I wrong. People think that, oh, prayer line is you just answer a phone call, you pray on to the next call. Of course, with any job, it's a mission. It comes with challenges. It comes with testing your faith, testing your patience. And when I say that, the calls that I receive, and I'm not gonna, give any information out or anything, but most of the calls that I have received has really just showed me that a lot of people hurt in silence. And a lot of people, don't have anybody to go to, don't have nobody to stand in the gap. So it really just shifts how I see people in general. So working the prayer line has definitely been challenging for me because it's overnight. First shift was not available. Second shift was not available. The only shift that was available for me was third shift. And third shift, You go in at 10 o'clock p.m. and you get off at 6:30 a.m. in the morning. The first couple of days, baby, was rough because my body, I have never worked overnight before. So my body was definitely trying to process, baby, what's going on? We not used to this. We used to being sleep at nighttime. Why are we still up? So it would definitely it definitely was a challenging in the beginning. So if you are someone that's looking, even if it's not a prayer line job, but if you are someone that's looking to work overnight and for your first time, definitely the first couple of, I would say the first week was definitely challenging on my body. I was so tired. I wanted, on my lunch break, I wanted to go to the car and sleep, but don't do that because I just feel like that's just going to make things worse because you're going to probably miss your time going back in, and then you're going to probably be even more tireder. So it was definitely challenging in the beginning, but it has been a wonderful experience. It really has. Don't get me wrong, it is draining, but you get to that place where you have to leave everything. Once you exit that building, you left everything at the feet of the throne of God. It is out your control. What you do, you stand in agreement with these prayer partners, and that's it. You're the vessel that stands in the gap, stands in agreement, and that's it. That's all God has called you to do. Leave the rest up to Him. I could go on and on, but I'm going to go ahead and leave it here. Let me know in the comments below if you want part two of just me, sharing my story of being, a vessel for God and working in the prayer line. If y'all just want to know more about the behind the scenes, how draining can it truly get? What do you do to keep your energy, and what do you do, or whatever questions y'all have, please leave them in the comments below. I will answer them in a separate video. I wanted to go ahead and end this video because I don't want to make it extremely long and then y'all get bored and y'all leave me. I don't want that. So don't forget, if you don't take anything out of this video, don't forget that your purpose is too precious to be kept on pause. And I love y'all, and I will see y'all in my next video.